Hey everyone, welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter and this is Connor.
Hey guys.
We're going to talk about Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt Season 2. It's a sitcom, so, one full season episode video. There's no need to go episode by episode. I don't think we'd have enough to say to talk about every episode of this individually. But this dropped on Netflix last Friday, so we wanted to talk about it because we both watched it. And we watched it last year as well, of course. So, Connor, did you like Season 2 of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? And I guess full spoilers, although it's kind of hard. It's not like there's a lot of plot to spoil.
I mean, guess we could spoil some of the jokes, but
Yeah, we're inevitably going to talk about some of the jokes, so I guess semi-spoiler.
yeah. But the thing is, there's so many jokes that we can't possibly spoil them all, even if we tried.
I can't remember them all. I'm probably
I can't.
Everything's blurred together. I've watched it on all in the
Yeah.
space of like 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. But to answer the question, yes, I did enjoy it very much so.
Better than Season 1?
Yes, because I thought more of the cast was well-rounded than in season 1.
Interesting. Well, I should probably start this by saying what my opinion of Season 1 was. We did talk about it on the podcast. This was before we split things up on YouTube, so you can probably find my opinion on Season 1 if you look for it hard enough.
Good luck finding that.
But I'll just sum it up by saying I watched the whole thing, but I wasn't really sure why. And I kind of feel that way about Season 2 as well.
I definitely like it more than you, then.
You definitely like it more than me. It's kind of this weird thing where I think Kimmy herself has some great lines. And every time I think I'm about to give the show up because it's been really stupid and it's annoying me, she'll say something really funny and it'll keep me watching.
It's interesting. So I thought for the first half of this season or so, Kimmy was one of the weakest parts.
I don't really like most of the supporting cast. Or the
You
characters.
don't like Titus.
I don't like Titus that much.
Oh, we're not friends anymore.
He's too... This goes for a lot of characters in the
Flamboyant
show.
is the word you're looking for.
No. That's not even the word I'm looking for, no. I have no problem with a flamboyant character, but he's flamboyant to 11. Like, everyone is to 11 on this show. They're all cartoon characters.
That's the fun.
See, you say that, but...
Because it doesn't pretend that they're being
No,
not
you're right.
that.
It doesn't, but it just... There's something just a little off for me to really properly get into it. Because to me, you don't necessarily have to have realistic characters. I like plenty of sitcoms where the characters are basically cartoon characters. I would argue that British TV tends to do this better.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Father Ted, they're cartoon characters.
Oh, definitely.
But for me, they just resonate much more. Maybe it's because they're so cynical. There's a cynical twist to British TV writing that I think just lends itself.
There definitely is. You're right.
It lends itself to the cartoon nature of the characters, and even American stuff. I mean, you could argue that It's Always Sunny is mostly cartoon characters because it just resets on a regular basis.
Oh, it definitely is. But that's also another one where it's kind of got that British sensibility.
It's very cynical.
It is very cynical. And that's probably the reason it doesn't win any awards in America.
Yeah. So that's my bias, I guess. Well, it's not even bias. It's just taste. That's just my taste. That said, though, there was times in this where I wasn't sure if I was going to make it through this whole season after the first episode because the first episode was probably the weakest one.
Oh,
in the entire
definitely.
set. Maybe actually it's maybe tied. The other one that I didn't like that much was the one with the tooth been missing on Jacqueline. Every time she spoke, I wasn't laughing. I was annoyed. I was like, "This is not funny. Stop it."
See, I was like that at first, and then it got to the point where it was going on so long that it became funny. I reached that level where it was so stupid for so much that I just started laughing at it.
No, see, you've let it beat you into submission. That's what you've done.
Maybe, but it did. Either way, it was just at first I was like, "What is this?" And then it does it more. And it's like, "Come on!" And then she replaced it with the nail, and it's just like, "What?" And then it keeps going, and it's just funny.
That just disgusts me. Do you know who I actually quite like though? I like Titus's new boyfriend
I thought that was the best new addition.
because I don't like Titus's plots typically, but the stuff with him was actually pretty good for the most part. Mainly because he was like so not like a gay character the way he spoke, but he was gay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the same kind of reason you like Captain Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Kinda, yeah. Well, it's a little bit different. This is more like the way he'd say things. Like he says "homo," and he's like, "I can say that now, right?" Because
Yeah.
But really though, the first thing he did that made me laugh was when he said, "Oh, to disguise the fact that I'm gay, I even got a hot chick painted on the back of my truck," and he lifts up the back of the truck and it's Tilda Swinton, and that really made me laugh. That kind of sums up the whole show for me. I find a lot of the plots really stupid, and I don't really get into them that much. But then there'll be one moment here or there that proper makes me laugh. Another one that really got me was the kid in the psychiatrist's office where he comes out and he's like, she says I need to be nice to more people, like this bitch, and then kicks Kimmy in the shin.
Yeah.
That
So
really made
good.
me laugh.
Oh, that killed me. That really killed me.
So I don't want to be too negative because I watched the whole thing in 3 days, so I obviously like it enough to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't like the landlady,
Do you know?
Lillian. I think she's just this weird.
See, the thing is, I agree with you about the plots. I don't care about really any of the plots because, like you said, they're all cartoon, nonsensical things. They're just excuses for things to happen.
No, I get that. I mean, I did like Tina Fey's character.
Much better than her character in the first season.
Yeah, I wish they'd referenced that actually. I wish Kimmy had went, you look oddly familiar. Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
it seems like the kind of show that could get away with just pointing out the meta stuff, but
It definitely does.
um,
But I thought she was actually really interesting.
she was not bad, and she even seems like the type of character who might reappear rather than just disappear like she did last season.
Yeah, I hope she does.
So I enjoyed Jeff Goldblum having an extended episode, and he cracked me up.
Yeah, definitely.
He's Jeff Goldblum. There's also another cameo that was in episode 8 from another TV show that I won't spoil, but I will say that I really appreciated the cameo.
Thing is, I can't remember which one episode 8 was.
He's working in a small grocery store.
Okay.
Right.
I think of all the guests, my favourite was easily Anna Camp. She was absolutely fantastic as Jacqueline's rival.
I wouldn't say she was she was more of a recurring character.
She was only in like 2 episodes.
No, it was more than 2.
Was it?
Yeah, she was in like 4
Sure?
at the very least. Yeah.
I felt like it was only 2.
Don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not. Who knows?
That's actually something I found this season a lot, is they kept bringing in guest actors who I really like from other stuff. Like Tobias from Arrested Development showed up as a love interest for Jacqueline.
Yeah.
And I like him. Jeff Goldblum showed up and he was great as the Jeremy Kyle style host. For Americans, you don't know, basically Jerry Springer type guy.
There you go.
And I thought he was funny the way he was dropping like advertising plugs in the middle of his sentences.
That was pretty great.
And the way he's like trying to get them to fight and stuff by just saying like really bullshit things to make them fight.
Yeah.
Like, so there was fun to be had. I had fun, and I laughed a fair bit. Typically, when it's referencing movies and stuff, I quite enjoy it because it does tend to skew. Because Kimmy's been gone for 15 years, I like that it skews to older movies.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, she'll reference things like Home Alone 2 and My Girl and
Yeah.
various other things.
Clueless.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when she's talking about Dawson's Creek at one point, and she's
Just talking about season 1.
But she's only talking about season 1 because she went into the bunker after season 1.
Yeah.
And that really amused me because the whole metaphor didn't really work because...
It's like the idea that she sends Titus out to get more tape cassette holders, like shelves. It's like you can still buy those.
Yeah. Well, I've talked about the moments that. What did you like?
What I like the fact that this show kind of markets itself towards like the kooky internet side of things, but then often kind of attacks them in certain areas, like the hipsters and the things where the internet gets offended at everything really easily, without even seeing the thing to judge it. With Titus's play, it's one man show.
Yeah.
I really like that it kind of did those things, and it felt like they wanted to make a point, but it was wrapped up in all this zaniness that it was still fun in its own right. And I thought those were some of the funniest moments for me. Jesus, that was terrifying. Really loud. That was exceptionally loud for a second there, and I wasn't expecting it.
That's my cat Firefly. He's been very needy
Annoying.
right now. Not
Yeah.
annoying. He's just hungry.
Tell you what, the worst part though was Kimmy's boyfriend from season 1, Dong.
Dong. Yeah. Well, first of all, they called him a name that means penis, and that's supposed to be funny.
Yeah, but even getting past that, like he wasn't really that great in season 1, and then in this, you kind of had more. Just they were always the worst bits of that first half of the season for me.
Yeah. What I did like in the first half, I liked when Jekyll and his kid was like playing Ninja Turtles, and Kimmy actually took him and his friend into the sewers, and they came out talking about how they found pizza and talked to rats
Yeah.
and shit, and I was like,
Oh, what is going on? And
um,
then and that had Jacqueline doing the Transformers thing in the shop.
well, that was later on.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah,
tying it in with that.
yeah.
It's funny stuff. I missed her daughter actually. I thought she was pretty good in the first season.
Yeah, so did I, and she was only in like the first episode this time.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit of a noticeable loss.
And it was weird as well because it was almost like the plot wrote her out. So I don't know if the actress actually needed to not be in it, or but was this
Yeah.
not, I don't have much more to add. I mean, the best part's still the opening theme.
Do you know what? I'd be hard pressed to argue with that because that opening theme is fucking fantastic. Actually, that does remind me though. This season was pretty musical.
There was that episode that kept having songs with different lyrics.
That was fantastic. What did we have? Hysteria was in there. I can't remember what else there was. What was it when she's on the roller coaster at the end? All by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a few. Obviously, Walking on Sunshine was the first one. There's another really good one as well, but I can't remember it now. Yeah, those were really good. But there was the whole episode where Titus was singing show tunes the whole episode. You had Kimmy's musical number cartoon inside her head.
Yeah, a lot of music.
Yeah, which obviously you're very much not a fan of musicals.
No.
So it's kind of not surprising that you don't quite enjoy this as much as me.
Yeah. I think for me it's just a little bit too zany. Like, I'm not Mario. It doesn't need to be like, I'm just saying there's a couple of elements that it could be dialed
You
back
just-
a notch.
Yeah, perhaps.
And that would just put it more in line for me, I think.
The problem is, if you do that, does it lose some of its charm?
But yeah,
as a
because then it
show,
actually has to have some better writing because the stories have to be better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it's fine. I watched the whole thing, and no doubt I will watch the whole of season 3. We got the cliffhanger with a certain actor from season 1 popping up just right at the end.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to have him back.
But
I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. It was one of those where I annihilated season 1 in one sitting, like the whole thing. And this time I had to spread out a bit more due to life, unfortunately. If it had it my way, this would have all been finished in one sitting again. But I'd kind of forgotten how much I enjoyed it. And then I started watching episode 1. I was like, oh, maybe I didn't enjoy it as much as, even as much as I was remembering. And then episode 2 was on, and I was like, oh no, this is better than I thought. And then I kind of kept up for the most of it.
yeah, I don't know. It's not exactly my kind of sitcom, I guess.
Yeah, it is. It is different to most of the other sitcoms you watch, to be fair.
But it does have its moments. I'm just not the over enthusiastic for it. But you seem to love it, and other people seem to really enjoy it.
Yeah, there was definitely some problems, like I said, especially the first half of the season. But
yeah, the second half was definitely better. The second half felt like it actually had plot. The first half felt like
I think it was once they introduced Tina Fey and her character.
It was Tina Fey and then Tessie's boyfriend both gave them like proper plots.
Yeah, although weirdly, Tyson's boyfriend was more first half heavy.
It was, but I feel like the more prominent moments, like, him coming out to his family and things like that, all that stuff was all in the second half.
Yeah.
So,
You're right.
they add more plot. Even Jacqueline, to an extent, her plot was kind of all season, but it veered more towards the second half because that was when she was actually trying to.
Yeah, but her best episodes with Anna Camp were at the start, and those were probably my favorite episodes of the season. Just that weird rivalry where Anna Camp just like she's like insanely smart but just bored, and that's just so much fun to watch. I think.
All right. Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
More musical numbers.
I'd rather they didn't. But then, you know, I'm not the biggest fan, so yeah, you can have your musical numbers and
Just go all out, alienate Peter even more. We don't care about him. He's a lost cause at this point.
oh dear. Okay. I think we're ready to wrap up. That's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt season 2, and maybe we'll review season 3 next year if I'm feeling up to it.
You say that, but you'll put it all on anyway.
Probably. And let's be honest, you don't want a one-man show of Connor just sitting there.
I think we should get Mario back for it.
Yeah, let's try and get him to watch Kimmy Schmidt. We'll see how that goes down. Alright. Alright, that's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt season 2 from Netflix. And yeah, that's that. So let us know what you thought of the season down below. Do you think I'm a grouch for not loving it? Let me know. And, you know, like and subscribe and all that jazz. Helps us out a lot. And we'll see you next time.